I'm walking 20 meters underground somewhere random in France, but how did I end up here? Hello guys, so I'm actually on the Eurotunnel now, heading to France. It's about 6 a.m. and I'll set off and start my Europe road trip that will go for about a month, where I would drive all the way to Bulgaria and then back to the UK. It'll be about 6,000 miles spread out over a month roughly. And I'll stop in about 15 countries, so it'll be very nice, so stay tuned and please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much. So this was my first fill up out of so many. I started driving at 9 p.m. from Newcastle down to Folkestone, which was about 6 hours drive, and I had to catch the Eurotunnel at 6 a.m. the following day, so I stopped at a petrol station just to have a bit of a quick nap and fill up again and have some food, and then carried on driving to Folkestone, and then finally I managed to get to the Eurotunnel and went to France.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be arriving shortly. Please return to your vehicle.
I'm in France now, heading to Arras, which is about an hour away from Calais. We just departed about like a few minutes ago. Eurotunnel was very seamless, just as always, so it was pretty nice. They managed to fit me in a bit earlier than my journey time, so that was cool. Once I get to Arras, I'll show you around. Just stay tuned. So I started my day just walking around the city and stopped at a local cafe for a nice quiet breakfast. Now, full disclosure, before we get into the tour, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce most of the names of the landmarks I'm visiting today, so I'm just going to leave the names right there on the screen for you to check out. First up was the Belfry. Standing under it, this thing is huge. It actually dates all the way back to the 15th century, though it had to be completely rebuilt after being destroyed in World War I. Fun fact, it was actually voted France's favourite monument a few years back, and if you climb to the top you get a 360-degree view of the whole city. Right in front of the Belfry is the Place des Zéros. It's surrounded by these stunning Flemish Baroque-style townhouses with all these intricate arches. Standing here, it honestly feels like you've stepped onto a movie set. Just a short stroll from there brought me to the Grand Place. If you thought the first square was big, this one is massive. After that, I just spent some time strolling around the city. To be honest, Arras was meant to be a soft stop for me, just a relaxed place to unwind and spend the night after a pretty long drive. Next, I headed to the Wellington Quarry, which marks the famous Battle of Arras, and I have to say this was easily the highlight of the entire day. Before you go in, you're handed a hard hat, and then you take an elevator 20 meters straight down into these underground chalk quarries. Being down here gives you total goosebumps. Back in 1917 during World War I, the British and Allied forces needed a way to push German troops out of northern France. So New Zealand tunnelling companies connected these massive ancient underground chalk quarries into a secret subterranean city. And they hid over 24,000 soldiers down here in the dark for days, living, waiting, completely hidden, before breaking through the tunnel walls to launch a massive surprise attack just meters from the German lines. You can still see drawings, carvings and gear left behind by the soldiers till today. After an intense and incredible afternoon underground, I headed over to check into my Airbnb, and I was greeted by the absolute best host ever. This super friendly cat who basically took it upon himself to make sure I was properly checked in and settled.